What's up, guys? It's your girl Faith Chase, and welcome back to another vlog. As always, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Now, let's get down to business. I want to talk about this fight, because this fight, is just cray. The ending, who would have ever thought it would have ended up in a draw? Okay? No one imagined that happening. And unfortunately, that's boxing. I mean, that happens sometimes. And for you guys don't know, I am talking about the KSI and Logan Paul fight. I mean, look, that draw thing, it happens sometimes. Unfortunately, it happens. So I'm going to talk about this fight particularly at this moment because I just wanted a quick vlog with this one. And I may talk a little bit about the Deji and Jake fight in another vlog. I have some thoughts about that as well. But let's talk about this real quick because I hear the outrage. YouTube is blowing up and everyone's wanting refunds and all this kind of stuff for the fight. And guys, I agree. It would have been nice to have a definitive winner, but unfortunately, that's boxing. It does happen sometimes. You do end up with a fight that was a draw, was a tie. Now, personally, I think that Logan had the first three, or definitely the first two rounds, and then KSI looked like towards the next 4 rounds that KSI had the edge. Now, I was going for Logan, and that was just basically because USA represent, I'm patriotic, man, so it was like USA against UK, one of our biggest vloggers against UK's biggest vlogger, it was that kind of situation. I was going for USA. So, for me to tell you right now that I think that realistically, it should have probably been KSI that won, that's telling you a lot, because I'm being unbiased, because I wanted USA to win, but it wasn't even about KSI or Logan. It was really about country versus country for me. That's just me. But I will tell you this. I personally think that boxing maybe needs to look at how they're scoring these events, because basically, the way I look at it, I mean, and there's probably some people out there agree with me, but if you've got 2 people that had a tie decision and scored the fight even, but then you have one guy who said scored it as KSI winning, just from the 2 that both put it as a tie, like a draw, wouldn't those 2 cancel out each other? Because they're much to the muchness, they both thought it was a draw. And then the other one who actually thought that KSI won, well, since he actually said KSI won, wouldn't that be one way to look at it and say, well, KSI won, because this guy, to break the draw, to break the tie, this was a tie. They both said the same thing, undecided, split decision. Both of them feel the same way. Those ones to break the tie, well, this guy says KSI won. So when you look at it that way, I mean, that's one way to look at it. The other way is from a point system. Well, obviously, if you add the points of these, both were like 57-57 or something like that, and this one's 58-57, you add the points. Well, technically, doesn't that mean that KSI won by 1 point? I mean, that's another way to look at it, right? I mean, I just think it just seems crazy to me that in boxing there can be a tie. I mean, I just personally don't get it. I mean, definitively there should be able to be a way to decide. In this particular situation, it seems very obvious. Now, if all 3 judges had it as a tie, it would be different, Like if all 3 of them, I heard some alarm thing going off. Now, if all 3 of them had it as a tie, it'd be different, because that would mean that, hey, well, they've all said the same thing. Sure, let's say it's a draw. Let's say it's a tie. It's undecided. Every judge felt the same way. That would have been different. But because you had one judge who actually said KSI had won, even though these other two said what they said, to me, those two cancel out. KSI won because this one, you know. So, that's my opinion on that. I mean, personally, like I said, I was going for Logan. And again, that was just based on USA versus UK. Whenever any sporting event's going on, if someone from my country is representing, then I'm patriotic like that. And that's just how I am. And yeah, so anyways, it was a good fight. Technically, we did not lose. So USA, well done. We had a great night of fighting all day long. We did well, you know. FaZe Sensei, man, represented. Wow. I like how he even predicted what's going to happen, man. He was like, I'm gonna punch him in the midsection or rip. I don't remember what he said, but he said he was gonna punch him somewhere, take him down right then, boom. Jordy was talking about it, and it happened. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. Like that, there's tons of good fighting. But yeah, that's my thoughts anyways.